Start recording. All right, there. And okay, it does go live just the moment I hit stream. Got it. Um, in that case, we are like 3 minutes early. But I'd rather be 3 minutes early than sit here trying to figure out what the hell we're doing because this is the first time streaming through YouTube. There.
We get to see how well it works.
Yeah, we'll get to see how much of an absolute mess I am because I like know fuck all about streaming. Uh, but we apparently have a viewer right now. So hello viewer.
Hello.
Uh, all right. So what are you excited to talk about this stream, Casteroki?
Um, let's start off. So we did sort of talk to about Astoria. Let's talk about their neighbors to the north.
Their neighbors to the north. They don't technically have any neighbors to the
Well,
north.
true. The Nordic. They're Nordic neighbors.
The Nordic neighbors. All right. The Nords. Um,
Nord.
the Nords. No, that's just terrible. No. Um. All right. And you know what? We are close enough. I'm just gonna start posting the links. I don't know where Zen is yet. I do believe. I know he said he was grabbing food, so. Boop. Oh, no, wrong one. Post, and then. Oh, and there he is. All right. And we are live. With all the links posted everywhere this time, on time, because I learned from last time. Look at that.
Knowledge.
Uh, there. So, um, we're back with our currently still yet unnamed live stream series. Last time we talked about the Kingdom of Asstoria, which is this nice green country here in the middle, and kind of what they were like and what their cultural inspirations are. We talked a little bit about food, and Casteroki here ended up designing a lot of really awesome uh, Chimera mounts, including um, uh, the Featherfoot and the Cromwell, uh, which are Cromwell being a mount for for desert and arid regions, and the Featherfoot being a sort of goat-like creature that's found in mountainous regions. Um, and both of them being beasts of burden. She also, we ended the stream with her designing this Leviathan here, boop, which is an underwater creature that's relatively massive and tends to have a bunch of mer people who live on its back because there are few places that are as cool or as safe to build a home than on the back of a ginormous elephant whale thing. Uh, so yeah, with me, I'm L9OBL, the guy who doesn't know how to shut up. Um,
Yeah, he doesn't know how
and
to show up.
yeah, I don't know how to show up either. And I wouldn't say I'm joined. I guess my co-hosts, there we go, that's the proper word, are Zen Harmonics. Say hello, Zen.
Hello.
So what do you do, Zen? Tell me about yourself. I've never met you in my life. I have no idea who you are.
Well, you see, I'm no one important. I'm just a man with a particular set of skills. Mostly game design.
um, and as well as Casteroki.
Hi.
Uh,
I do that art thing.
damn, that's impressive. All right. So yeah, I guess we'll start off by talking about, oops, no, that is the peerage. Uh, that is the world map. Man, see, I'm just an absolute mess. I don't even know what maps I'm looking at. Too many maps. What is this? The Cartographers Guild? I guess we'll end up talking a lot about the Virki Republic this episode, which is this nice little purple chain of islands um here in the northeast ish. I guess technically on the map it's due east because it's in the center, but good enough. So Zen, tell us a little bit about the Virki Republic.
All right. So for the basis of them, they are the Nordic culture, and their name actually is translated from Ice Fortress, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
we're original.
of course.
uh,
But anyway, the deal with the North is that it's just so dangerous from not only like just normal things like cold, lack of ability to grow food, and just general unpleasantness. They have the additional problem of the magical, ambient magical energies that completely just screw with the wildlife in the area, creating chimera, as we discussed before.
well, I thought Chimera were from like all over.
They are, but I'm reiterating.
Okay.
Anyway, so with chimera, uh, now during the inception of like the chimera and everything that happened, they finally decided, hey, um, between the humans and demifauna, why don't we fuck off from this war? Go make our own place with blackjacks and hookers, and see if we can like do our thing. And so using the combined talent, humans and demifauna, are in the Republic, just trying to eke out a living and doing pretty well. And they would probably be better off if it wasn't for this damn insect empire cutting down that trees and stealing that men. Honestly, it's more like an event than anything at this point in time.
Yeah, I mean, nice big chain of islands that you think like Greenland, Iceland, Scandinavian countries in terms of just both their topography and their weather, because they're pretty well north. Like we stated last time, the North Pole is actually right about here, and down here near the Harpy Lands is where the equator is. Um, so they're like above 60 degrees latitude. Because it's latitude that's north to south. Um, watch, I'm going to be wrong, and someone in the comments is going to call me a scrub. Um,
You don't
uh,
know your map makings?
I I don't remember latitude versus longitude. Uh, I always confuse the two. Just like I confuse like you and Moon, or you and Ty, or me and Moon, or Biscuit and Ty, or you and Casteroki.
You're right.
um,
I mean, I'll be honest, I'm horrible with names too. Don't
uh,
worry.
so yeah, they're pretty kind of northern, a lot of harsh winters, a little bit of perpetual winter, like up in the north here, with permafrost. But mostly they have like, summers and winters, like like most people would expect in, a Scandinavian country, or even like Scotland, Northern Ireland, Canada, um, especially in like the Quebec region. I always kind of considered uh, to be like northern Quebec area, which is got very similar weather. Um, and so yeah, I'm assuming that there's a very harsh way of life up there. And you said that Zen, that the the Arthron Empire, those damn insect bastards. Those damn Nids. Um,
Yeah,
uh,
Ned.
you said that they're stealing both people and resources from the Izvirki. I always want to say Izvirki. Cheeky breeky Izvirki.
The Virki Republic.
Yeah. Um. Uh. So yeah, you're saying that they're always trying to steal resources and people.
Oh yeah, because the ultimate goal is to get to the mainland of Asstoria, and obviously they can't fly there, so they're gonna build ships. But their land has already been, more or less cultivated
Hmm.
from ships. I mean,
Yeah. Um. And I'd assume they've got some really massive trees that make for excellent masts and shipbuilding and all that fun stuff. Uh. So what's I know I think you had mentioned, and I think we'd also said it last episode, that the Virki Republic is very Nordic in culture and has a bit of an egalitarian society. But I guess tell me a bit more about it, so I'm not doing all the fucking talking. Um, because I will.
yeah, you don't want to talk on a talk show,
I do want to talk on a talk show, but I don't think people want
Not
to
be the
hear me
only
talk. Yeah.
right? Anyway, so uh, there's little things about them. Uh, how close you are to the not the equator, uh, the middle of this specific map.
Hmm.
Obviously, there's different levels of cold. Yeah, I would put down the tip where the Off-Ron Empire and the Virki Republic meet as about North America, South Canada water.
Yeah.
And as you go higher and higher, you go just slightly up to like Russian water, where probably the capital lies. And past that is where the Arctic starts to hit.
Yeah.
And oh, someone joined.
Who joined what now?
Oh no, she died.
Someone died.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Anyway,
All right.
so different levels of cold,
Mhm.
determines what level of struggle they go for. What I believe the capital being in Russian cold, they're pretty much hard ass.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, Casteroki, not to derail the conversation, but that is slowly starting to kind of look like a very bird-like, God damn it, who's the floor guardian in, the little abortion angel from Overlord? Um, Victim. It looks like a
Yeah,
very
victim.
bird-esque Victim.
Oh yeah. It sort of does. Right now it sort of does. I'm gonna get that a little bit more fixed here soon. I am not exactly the most comfortable with drawing birds, but you know what? I'm slowly figuring it out. Um, but yeah, it's sort of looking a little bit, yeah, you're right. It does. But it will make more sense here soon.
I like that thin shoe mustache you got there.
Yep, he has a little
Victim is a
mustache.
wise old fetus.
Yeah,
The things you
it's
view after
creepy.
being aborted.
It's a
Uh,
creepy little boy.
Only in death can you experience true life.
I mean, like, Victim's entire motif is that he's supposed to be murdered to give super buffs to the entire Tomb of Nazareth.
Exactly.
Um,
Yeah, it's just big photos like that. Alright, I can do that.
mhm. All right, so is Virki Republic Nordic people, cold. Their capital is essentially Astorian Moscow. So what's their government like? I know we discussed that they're kind of egalitarian and they got a series of elected officials, both demifauna and human.
Not communist.
Not communist. I agree with that. I like not communist. Um,
I'm thinking more of a council of elected elders.
yeah. It's an elected. It's a
Does the
king.
king get
It's
elected from blood?
um. No, he gets elected from Crips. They come over and they slaughter all the Bloods, and then whoever survives the battle gets elected king.
But that's the empire, though.
No. That's Mexican knife fighting. No, wait, it's not. I'm thinking, oh God, what's that really terrible? Eskrima?
Isn't that the stick fighting one?
Maybe. Oh, whatever, doesn't matter. It's brutal combat. But yeah. So you kind of council of elected officials, like, since we're like on that overlord, uh, um, uh, Tabaknek. Since we're on that like overlordness, I guess they'd kind of be like Argland, the council state.
Mhm.
No, does no one know Argland? I know it doesn't really get mentioned in the anime.
I don't read the light novel.
I mean, it's not really talked about. It's talked about more in the light novel. You freaking scrub, you should read it. Um, like they don't really like uh talk about it a whole lot until like the ruler of conspiracy arc, in which um Ainz and that goes over to um the council state. Actually, no, sorry, it was the Holy Empire he goes over to. Man, I am like really just kind of pulling blanks for recently. So yeah, he goes over to the Holy
Talk
Kingdom.
about scrubs. They
Yeah,
just
I
don't even
know,
know all
right?
the facts.
Sorry, even in the light novel, the council state doesn't get mentioned a whole lot, aside from the fact that they were trying to set up a like a anti-sorcerer kingdom alliance. But they haven't necessarily been discussed a whole lot. Though they are they're the ones with all the dragons, if I remember.
Ah, yes, Platinum Dragon Lord.
Yeah, with the Platinum Dragon Lord and all the other Dragon Lords that like are a council. Because I know the Baharuth Empire is the Roman Empire.
So as we continue to suck Overlord's dick.
Yeah, I know. Sorry. Um. Uh, uh, um. Um. Yeah. Or maybe I'm thinking of the Dragon Kingdom. I don't know. There's a lot. There's a lot of freaking nations, and most of them aren't talked about. Uh, but yeah. Council of how many councilmen are elected? To actually like
5.
five councilmen.
Yep. 2 in the south, 2 in the capital north. Sorry, it's all north. 2 in the south, 2 in the capital, and 1 in the north.
All right. Uh, that's actually a pretty reasonable number. I was expecting 16. Um. um. uh, that is definitely a freaky wizened bird thing.
Many secrets I have. I hold.
I mean, you guys were talking about it in the previous stream, and I was like, you know what? Easy peasy. I'm just gonna get this. I'm just gonna get this work done. If you guys can remember what that is.
Okay. Seems like Moon is trying to join. Uh. Uh. Because Moon is the only
Nah,
person who no one can hear. Unless you two can hear Moon, and
no, I can't hear him.
I'm just drowning him out with my grating voice. uh.
Because clearly Discord is just Discord.
Yeah. Uh.
But Caster, I must ask, what is this mixed with?
Yeah. What is
Because
that?
right now this looks like a bird and a Chinese band.
I remember when you guys mentioned that you wanted a mix between a crow, an octopus, and a parrot.
Ah, yes.
Yes.
Well, I'll just like to say I didn't order that because I think really it's horrifying, but I can see it. That's Eldritch horror if I've ever seen it.
Well, I mean,
So
you
what I'm
said
hearing is
octopus.
this is
How can I-
Oh, this is the octopus crow thing. Oh god.
Yeah,
The Cthulhu bird.
Cthulhu bird.
Cthulhu bird.
Um
We'll call it the Nevermore.
fucking okay there, Montium. um
And we don't spell it normally either. It's Neva with an A.
the Nevermore.
The Neva.
Because once you see it, you will never more be seen again.
I mean, I could see it taking away small children.
We'll call it Edgar.
So how soft and squishy is this thing?
Surprisingly so, except for claws.
Yeah. So, it's pretty much got the structure of a cephalopod.
Mostly, yeah.
They blow up when you hit them.
The feathers.
Poof.
It's a gore bag.
Very spooky little bird.
So, it's a flying mind flayer, right?
Hey, it's whatever you want it to be.
I mean, what those claws do though?
Like I said, take children away. Just dribble them their ass.
Just drips them.
Rizzle asks, can it fit through anything? And then says, L9, no.
I mean, it could have that ability.
Oh yeah, well that's why I asked if it was a cephalopod, if it was had the structure of a cephalopod. In which case, yeah, it would be able to fit through anything.
I mean, you said like a mischievous like little thing. I have a feeling like overall it can be seen as lighthearted, but if you don't feed your children well enough, they'll just be taken away.
Mm-hmm.
You know, just sort of like that, like
Say if you
old
don't feed
vibe.
the children well enough, they will take it away.
Yep,
What, the Child Protective Services?
exactly. It's basically child protective services, except it's more like it
Child
wants you.
unprotective surfaces.
Yeah,
If you ain't gonna take
exactly,
care of it, then it assumes that it'll take care of it equally as well, which is pretty terrifying.
exactly. But I mean, I could see these things attempting to again, probably like emaciated children, small pets. Maybe some if they're tiny, like some emaciated demifauna, and just a case of if it will is not exactly like the best. It's pretty good at it like determining weight, but not like the expert. So it might try to pull you off, but like uh sometimes it just sort of looks like it's just like weakly flailing against you.
Versal says, "Do not make it a mind flare and then be able to fit through anything. Stop and decease."
So see what you do. It's also a warning against making sure your shit's built well.
Yeah. So where do they tend to live? I would assume that they're pretty well spread out, like normal corvids.
Pretty well spread out. Probably you'll see them less in like you'll see them more in more tropical-esque areas because they do have the parrot and the octopus.
Mm-hmm.
And you'll barely see them at all in more winterized areas. Like they're a threat, like almost like out of all the horrible things in like the cold regions, at least this isn't one of them.
That's fair. So who would win, a woolly scorpion or this?
Almost well, it depends. Can a woolly scorpion grab it? If it can grab it, it's just done. It's just done. It would be like it grabbing a flying worm.
Blood bag.
That makes sense. So what kind of abilities would it have?
I mean, it would probably be able to mimic voices.
Probably.
Um, Mimic voices. It will probably be pretty expertise at camouflage.
Probably want some candy.
Exactly. Exactly. um, it could probably it could be poisonous if you decide that you want it to be poisonous. Because there are types of octopi that are poisonous.
That's true.
Um,
It'd definitely be extremely smart though.
yeah, it would be very smart. Again, terrifyingly so.
Oof. Um,
Basically, you just gave an octopus like years onto its life, and you know what they can do with what little life they have. What
yeah.
sort of a lifetime they have.
And Versal is still spamming, going, Caster, I swear to Zaquini. You mean Zaquarius, Versal? Um, can't the Scorpio just stab it, even in the air? Caster, I swear to Zequin who hurt you. You mean Zaquarius, right?
Hey. I was told to make monsters, so I'm making the monsters. And I like interesting and terrifying mechanics.
Mm-hmm. And I mean, because these aren't of the demi-fauna, the monster can be on the inside as well as the outside.
Hmm. Exactly.
Still my favorite quote. Why do you like Monster Girls so much? Because the monster's on the outside.
Because again, you don't know. There could be a second beak within that beak.
Fuck, I kind of want there to be.
Yes.
Throw in a little bit of eel, because fuck them.
Oh my gosh, it does electrical. It does electrical zips.
Electrical zips freaking has the moray jaw. Oof.
Yeah. You know what? I could, as far as combat's concerned, this thing probably terrifying. Again, if you're playing a small character, this would probably be a lot more scary. But we could have it. We could totally have it be just like one of those more mosquito-esque, like monsters, in which
Yeah.
they're annoying, and they might pilferate your stuff to then like turn it into a trap later. But overall,
They're more
they're
of lots of swarms, not necessarily individual danger.
Yeah.
yeah,
They probably will just like mess with you just cause.
Yeah.
they're like sturges, if you know what those are.
Yes.
Yeah.
But I like it. I can see him like not dealing with the bigger predators.
Yeah.
Not many predators. I mean like bigger people.
Yeah.
It's just maybe just like just using that smarts to like know like okay I can avoid this guy, but his chicken's in job though.
So what's their favorite food? Are they like printers and demand demand children sacrifices?
I have a feeling that they love the challenge of an intelligent creature. But they would probably be mostly insectivore. They'd probably be omnivorous overall. Given what they are mixed with, they're probably most likely opportunistic feeders rather than opportunistic scavenging feeders rather than actively hunting.
Makes sense.
But they do enjoy the thrill of if they it's also sort of like how coyotes work, in which individually they're pretty passive. Heck, you could even probably end up training one as a pet. It would be probably like how a parrot would be trained to be a pet, in which it's like you're taking care of a very, very like a scary toddler.
Yes.
But in like large like flocks and stuff like that, they will take their innate like interest in their interest in hunting more challenging things, because they're probably very easily bored creatures, and enjoy
So they've unlocked
just
tool use, correct?
oh yeah.
And not just like basic tool use. I mean like actual tool use.
Yes.
They're not very great inventors, but oh boy, could they see you do a thing and be like, let me do that.
Yep.
That's terrifying. Have they unlocked fire?
Hmm. Ooh, it's based on like, okay, I would like these things to be challenging but like not insane.
Well, no.
So
No.
yeah.
So it was, um, uh, what's the YouTuber who does the zoologist Zen who does
Tier Zoo.
Yeah, Tierzu was talking about how there's like three major things that like a creature needs or a race needs to like essentially be able to do um to like essentially become a civilization or like level up into civilization, and fire use and tool use are two of them. I forget what the third one is. Um,
Alcohol.
no, I don't think it was alcohol. Because I remember like there's a lot of creatures that have 2 out of 3, but none of them have fire use. Um, Agriculture. No. No, because you can become a society that's hunter-gatherer. Nope, it's not agriculture. It's like tool use, um, fire, unlocking fire creation and fire use. Because there's only, aside from humans, there's only one other creature that technically has that unlocked, and it was a type of like bird from, hilariously enough, Australia, and they can't start fire, but they know how to use fire. They're incapable of creating fire, but like if there are fires that happen, they know how to like use that fire and like take that fire and spread it around and use it to hunt, and it's hilarious. Um, but yeah.
Hmm.
So it's probably really possible that they have. I'll have to go look it up later. Um,
Yeah, it would be. It wouldn't be necessarily common, but it's a thing that they can do. That'd probably be like the extent of it. They probably wouldn't necessarily have the. Again, like most other things, it could be like based on the region in whichever trait is most prominent
mhm,
in them. But I could see it being possible, but I don't think it's common throughout every species.
yeah.
Like if you wanted to like a way of upgrading them without like adding more creatures, you could add like their level of ability to do a thing.
Mhm.
The more older and wise it is, the longer the mustache grows.
Yeah, longer that mustache grows, you can tell if anything's particularly scary if its mustache is very long.
If it reaches down to its feet, then you know it knows how to use fire.
Oh, I think it was Teach. Teach was the second one.
Yes.
Or,
If it's a crow, if it's a crow,
oh
it
yeah,
has like
they can definitely teach. Um, but yeah, it was tool use, fire use, and teach. Those were the three um types of abilities that were like required, which is hilarious. So this probably has all three. Honestly, it most
probably
certainly has all three. It
yeah.
also probably has like language too. And I'm talking like basic language, but a lot of animals just have some form of language
Well, as
communication.
mimicry, so it could probably communicate with
Yeah.
you as well.
I mean, we think of like language like speech, but like, bees do dances and shit. Um, so like if you can teach, it obviously means you can convey information. Um, but yeah, probably some really terrifying and very, very smart uh things. They're like, oof, I kind of don't want to ever fight one. Honestly, the idea of having one as a pet just seems horrifying. I feel like this is something Moon would have as a pet, though.
Say you misunderstand. You say have it as a pet.
It would have us as a pet.
True.
Technically,
It,
plants
it could have the
domesticated
ability.
humans.
It, I mean, to an extent, this creature could totally have. It could be a case that it prefers to be called a friend or a companion,
Hmm.
and I'm sure you guys could probably like. I have a feeling like you can't just get this right off the bat or in your backstory or whatever. Like this is like a sort of thing like you'd actually have to go through and like do the quest for it in order to get one as a
Kind of like being gifted a phoenix feather in most fantasy settings.
Yeah, you gotta attend its wedding, be its wingman,
exactly.
be there for when the wife divorces him, and then maybe, just maybe, he'll call you a friend.
Exactly. So I have a feeling that they're very partial to shiny things.
That wouldn't surprise me.
Mm-hmm. You can probably buy them out. the mercenaries.
Technically, you can hire crows to do crime for you. There are a couple instances through like positive reinforcement where people got crows um, to do things for them, either by happenstance or by planning. Like I know there was one where like a guy started feeding crows, and then the crows would occasionally give him things. Um, and one day, like the crows brought him some money. I want to say it was like a $5 bill or whatever, a $2 bill. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
and he went, "Oh, holy shit!" So we went and got like really cool, nice bread, like really high quality bread, and fed them like kings the next time.
Mm-hmm.
And after that, they just started fucking robbing people, trying to get more money. And so like he just ended up like randomly with like a couple $100 over a couple months, just because the crows kept bringing him more money, like a 20 here, a
The
50
Crow
there,
Lord.
right? Um, though my favorite crow story has to be the guy who like he had two fucking like he started baiting two different like flocks of crows on different sides of a street. One he was super nice to, the other he was super dickish to, and then he got them all to fight. Like that's
Oh my gosh.
like I mean it's kind of terrible, uh, but like
He started a whole fucking gang war right
he
there.
started a whole gang war, and his and the crows that like him won. And I'm not talking like it was like 5-on-5. I'm talking it was like 30-on-30 type fucking like huge ass scale war.
Yeah, I
Um,
saw the black on black crime.
Oh my goodness. Jeez, that's really something. Yeah, I remember and the thing is like they'll also like watch you, like if you're like either if you like befriended them or whatever, they'll also watch you. Like
mhm.
I heard a story of a family that fed crows, and the mother was taking pictures on this bridge like a few miles away, and she dropped the cover for the lens of her camera, and like the next day the crows had set the cover, like she lost it off the side of the
Mhm.
bridge, and the next day the crows had it set in the dish in which where they feed them.
Yeah. I mean crows, I love corvids. They are so fucking cool.
They
Um
really are.
and I mean I personally prefer crows over ravens, but that's just me. I know technically ravens are smarter and more capable, but crows are just more baller.
Yeah, they're cool.
Um, crows are bros, ravens are scavens.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, I too know bird stuff. Hello, feather.
Bird.
Hello, fellow Corvette
Nah, you
enthusiasts.
gotta say
It is,
better.
yeah. Hello, feather Corvette enthusiasts. It is I, Zen. I too enjoy corvids.
I know of bread.
I know bread. Bird's preference to it.
This Birdman count.
Hello, puppy. How are you?
But he's like an eagle, I think.
What this thing she's drawing?
No, Harvey Birdman.
Oh yeah.
And he's like,
Oh, you're talking about bird person.
No, he's talking about Birdman.
Okay. But oh yeah,
He said
I see what you're saying.
Birdman, and the reason Bird Person is called Bird Person is clearly because of Birdman.
I see.
That is definitely a really weird, kind of terrifying.
Yeah, honestly, I could see these guys like thieves and stuff like that. Like,
Oh yeah.
you know, the underground. I could see these guys definitely utilizing these corvids, octovids.
Drug dealing octovids.
Yeah,
So what I'm hearing is that these octopi bird things are just going to become Dames of Astoria's Philly Scouts.
basically.
For those of you who don't get that joke, the Philly Scouts in Fallout Equestria is uh, a band of orphan foals spread out across the equestrian wasteland, who are, you know, essentially Boy Scouts, Girl Scouts, but they're absolutely horrifyingly um, horrifying. Because they're just a bunch of kids, and adults just exist to be marks. And so, like, they rob them, they beat them up, they kick their shins, and then they sell them lots of cookies. Except the cookies are laced with drugs. Um, but everyone always underestimates them because they're children, and so they use that to their advantage. Everyone thinks, like, the Enclave or the Steel Rangers is uh, the toughest faction in the Wasteland. No, it is the Philly Scouts.
It is the children.
It is indeed the children, the
The
terrible
children.
toddlers that rule over your life.
I mean, they are the future, and the future is now.
True.
Has Moon been trying to pop in?
I don't. I think he gave up,
Oofies.
which is a shame. Though I think he's watching the live stream. Look, Caster, I know I say this a lot, I mean a lot, but I never want to be on your bad side.
Why do you say that?
Obviously, because you're going to sick these horrible eldritch monstrosities on him.
I would never.
So Casteroki's true identity is the mother of monsters.
Apparently.
I'm totally up for that.
Shut nigger ass.
Black coat in the woods with 1,000 young.
And as you create monsters out of monsters.
Basically.
So if she does actually make 1,000 monsters, that's totally her title from now on.
Mother of monsters.
Wait. You say 1,000 monsters. You have not seen the entire backlog of creatures that I have created. Like, I've even, like, went into creatures that are, like, I have, like, this set of creatures, like, that I have, like, sort of, like, for a personal project that I'm working on. I have, like, a full set of creatures based around that. And, like, and specifically, like, the main focus is, like, this particular race of, creatures that are similar to the Khajiit, in which their race can either be full-on ferret-looking things or basically humanoids, and they are very strongly magical based. But yeah,
So,
stuff and stuff.
how they look is dependent on, like, under what shape of the moon they're born?
It is not based under the moon. It is more so based on how much mana from the environment they were able to absorb when they were young.
I mention it just because, like, that's how, like, Khajiit.
Yeah.
Which is
It's
fucking hilarious.
oh
Because you
yeah.
can have a full-on talking house cat or, like, a furry. And it all depends on what day of the moon they were born on.
Exactly. But yeah, like these creatures, they're not the most terrifying things I've designed. They are. I mean, I'm keeping them within this restriction of creatures that exist currently that are now chimeras. But I have concepts for a lot of creatures, a couple world leaders, stuff like that.
Don't worry, once we get to the demi-planar expansion, you can go all out.
Oh boy, I have ideas.
Yeah. And I mean, the demi-planar are going to be fun.
Yeah, I'm excited to expand my repertoire of horrible things to throw at players. I guess I probably should have apologized in advance for what might end up in the book.
Nah, no need to apologize.
They're gonna ask for it to be harder anyway.
Yeah. Look at this absolutely ungodly monstrosity. It's not scary enough. I'm still waiting on people to like complain that the Lernian Hydra is too easy of a fight. From Fallout Equestria. This is a monster, by the way, with over 25,000 health points, and you have to do more than 1,800 damage per turn for your damage to mean anything, because it heals 1,800 health a turn. A turn.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That's whew. And I mean, for what it gives, that's pretty fair. For what it gives you, that's honestly pretty fair.
Yeah. I mean, it's a level 30 threat level black monstrosity of doom.
Hey, Caster, you know how
Yes?
octopi have like their like inflatable heads?
Yeah.
You'd think they would look good with these octovarians look good with a Rasta cap.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. I don't know.
So it's an old wizened Chinese Rastafarian man. That is what you're saying.
Pretty much, yeah. That speaks English.
That speaks English. Well, technically, it'd speak Astorian.
Yeah. Anyway, the reason I said Rasta cap is because that's what Octopus head reminds me of.
True. Sort of do. I mean, I don't know. I feel like these guys could possibly, decorate and adorn themselves. Like there have been many cases of birds, decorating themselves to look better. Like parrots and stuff like that. I think I remember lovebirds. They will shred up paper and stuff like that, and tuck it into their feathers to make the feathers seem fuller and more colorful.
Parrots technically do that too.
Cool. I wasn't wrong on
that. Yeah. There are a couple birds that like to do that. It's really hilarious if you own like a conure. They love Panorelli. You drinking buddy. There you go. There I go. You did miss it. We posted it in the updates, I do believe. Yes, I did post it in the updates. I just didn't at everyone.
God damn it. That's the reason for the updates. So they can call us assholes for pinging them.
I know. But I figured they'd enjoy it. And you know me, I like drinking their salty tears.
maximum salt.
Maximum salt. But it's the only reason I ever allowed Tumblr to exist.
Dun, dun, dun.
Because yes, apparently I have the power to make Tumblr not exist.
Interesting.
Honestly,
I was
if
on
I had,
Tumblr.
sorry, you're saying?
Oh, you go ahead, complete your thought. I can make my comment after.
Oh, I was just gonna say, if I actually had the power to make Tumblr not exist, I would have made Tumblr not exist quite a while ago.
It's gone now. Don't worry.
Well, yeah, but that wasn't because of me.
Basically.
That was because Tumblr decided to like ban the only thing people went to Tumblr for.
Yeah.
Yep.
I will admit they're not wrong on that.
Like Tumblr was where deviant artists posted their porn that they drew. And, did like porn vlogs and stuff.
And now it's Twitter.
Yeah, now it's Twitter.
Yep.
Everyone just goes to Twitter. Like,
Yep.
why do you think like Twitter got so like screechingly liberal? And I'm not necessarily saying that as a bad thing. It's a pretty noticeable. Yes, noticeable is a word that I have invented now.
Hell no, I speak American.
No.
Oh,
But yeah, Twitter is noticeably more left. I mean, it's always been very left-leaning, but it's noticeably more left ever since the fall of Tumblr, and that's because all the Tumblrinos went to Twitter.
mhm.
I don't know, I mean, it just makes sense. But yeah, that was all I was saying. So what were you saying, Casteroki? Sorry.
Oh, I used to be on Tumblr a lot. I mean, mostly because I like to watch dumpster fires, but also because I sort of liked the format of Tumblr, and it was easier to it was something my friends were using, something I enjoyed. And again, I enjoy dumpster fires. Those are always fun.
Yeah. I mean, I had a Tumblr, but that was really just so that I could follow, like, uh, Princess Molestia, Gamer Luna, and Doctor Adorable. And honestly, I was really just mostly there for Doctor Adorable because you could catch like Princess Molestia just about anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
I was there just for the off-brand home videos. I admit.
Yeah.
I'm I got so pissed when Molestia got canceled.
Yeah.
Ugh. And then like what pissed me off the most was that the girl who got into a fucking hissy fit about Molestia went and started up her own like Molestia-esque porn comic thing. And it was like, what?
The competition taken down.
Pretty much. Oh, and Drinking Buddy says to remind them to sing Happy Birthday to Moon Moon tomorrow. Is their birthday
Oh my
tomorrow?
God.
I thought Moon's birthday was like... I know it's August, 'cause, like, me, Ty, and Moon are all in August, but I thought, like, Moon was, like, the 20th or something. Moon's sitting there going, God damn it, Lala, you fucking douchebag. I thought we were friends.
L9, you and Moon are friends as Mario and Yoshi are to each other.
So you're saying one of us just constantly rides the other?
Exactly.
Damn.
No wonder you got that tongue though.
What the? I don't even know what that's. I don't even know what that's supposed to fucking mean. I know what it's supposed to hint at, but I don't know what it's supposed to mean.
It's tomorrow apparently. Which reminds me, we gotta say you have Rift into him as well.
We do. Ugh, I wish I had some mead that was done. I'd send him some mead for his birthday.
I'll give him the same thing I give him every year.
Nothing.
No, existential terror.
The terror that no border can hold you. It's still like one of my favorite travel stories.
Yeah, not for the live stream.
Uh, uh,
But yeah, Asstoria.
All right,
Astoria.
the game we're supposed to be showing. Well, technically we were.
Yeah.
I mean, we just talking about like this animal in
Yeah.
that story.
True, true.
Mm.
I mean, after this, I'm thinking about doing like now. What's your take on like Hydra-esque creatures?
I mean, can we introduce you to Lyrian Hydra?
Yeah, do you have a copy of the Fallout Equestria books, Casteroki?
Yep, I bought the full digital copy, full digital PDF thing.
Yeah. Which you
Yeah.
can buy on shop.deadtree.com.
Woo!
Shop.projectdeadtree.
Look at that.
Shop.projectdeadtree.com.
You would think we know on site.
You'll also get it for free if you support Dames of Astoria on Indiegogo. I should probably update the banner because it's not a pre-launch; it's a full-on.
Yes, full launch. We're already
It's
like
full
10 days
launch.
in.
I know. I'm sorry, I'm not really good at this whole like social and advertising thing. I'd rather just like hide in my mother's basement and make fun video games.
The dream.
Right?
Definitely. So if you need someone to do 3D modeling,
Yeah, Caster, the jack of all autistic trades.
For a second, I thought you said autistic. I was going to agree with you.
I'm decent. I mean, okay, you might not be wrong with that. I'm so you're okay. It hurt a little bit, but you're not. You might not be wrong. um. Uh. Yeah. As far as my repertoire, like I know how to make jewelry. I know how to do 3D modeling, both like basically going from nothing to like a fully like game ready model. I know how to rig. I can do basic rigging, but rigging is rigging, and it's not a fun thing to do. It's
Yeah.
like programming, but like
It's like animation, but worse.
it's like
I
you
mean, it
mix
is
animation.
animation. It is
Yeah,
animation,
it is
but worse.
animation. It's like you take animation and programming, you mix them together, and you
Yeah.
actually have like actual programming in there,
Yeah.
and you'll be staring at like a certain body part doing like a specific set of things so many different times that you'll get very sick at looking at that specific body part. Um, I think I have a video somewhere where I was testing a rig. Um, I'll see if I can post it at some point. Um, but yeah, I know how to do rigging. Dynamics is a thing I sort of know how to do, like if I have to. But I know outside of that, I know both traditional and digital arts, both in sculpting and like traditional, like uh the illustrations.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah.
Hire her now, folks. She's
So when we
definitely
get
worth the
it
money.
big and start doing things that story video games,
I could do 3D modeling. That's for the creatures. Well, I'm actually pretty decent at doing human characters, like doing faces and stuff like that. That's not
Mm-hmm.
too hard for me. Like modeling them, that's great.
Honestly,
I
the
am.
low bar is be better than Mass Effect Andromeda.
Yeah, yeah. So the trick is, don't you see that uncanny valley? So you want to like avoid that as much as you physically can.
Yeah. I'm inclined to agree.
Make sure they blink.
The 1,000-yard stare is an okay expression when you're actually using an expression.
Yeah, exactly. Otherwise, it's just terrifying. But yeah, it's a case of, again, like I went to art school for media arts and animation, and it sort of like screwed me. Well, I guess it didn't fully screw me over because I essentially like I managed to tell the government to say I basically told the government no with my loans and didn't have to pay them, so that's good at least. Um, but yeah, the school had closed before I got to graduate, so yeah.
Woo! Getting screwed by the post-secondary educational complex.
Exactly. But at least I can say that I know how to do these things. Um, and I actually do know how to do these things. It's just I don't have a piece of paper to say that I can do these things.
Yeah. How dare you not have the piece of paper?
How dare I have not a piece of paper?
It's
But
okay.
yeah, also, oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say, it's okay. We don't really care about paper over here. We're a dead tree. We
Hooray!
like dead trees. I mean, paper is dead trees, but wasting paper means deader trees.
Exactly. And hey, I'm dead inside, so it works out perfectly.
Welcome to the team.
Hooray!
That's the final requirement.
All right.
But no.
The first requirement was be broke.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Be broke, be dead inside. You meet those? Congrats.
Exactly.
Welcome to Dead Tray. Your first check will be in the mail in about 15.
Cool. It's a penny and a thank you note.
An IOU for 15 cents.
That's the interest.
What dog? Oop. So I'm gonna go to the washroom real quick and grab another beer. I will be right back.
Right.
All right.
So you two entertain our fine 4 viewers.
Free. Anyway.
No, it's 4. We
Good
have
luck,
5
Cast.
more person left. Like the scrub
Yeah.
he is.
So, Casta, what colors you thinking?
So, I'm thinking oil slick. Black, but like shines rainbow type deal. Maybe a little bit more iridescent than your typical board. Because I'm also trying to also like play off the whole um how the raven why the raven was why the crow was black. Um, story if you've ever heard of that story thingamajig. Um,
I want to say I have, but I don't remember how it went.
um, so it's essentially there was okay, back at the beginning of the earth there was this like deity or whatever that thought up things and brought them to life. Well, one of these things that it thought up all the animals, all the creatures, and all the animals, all the trees, the land, ocean, stuff like that. Well, at one point it thought up fire. I mean, not fire, water. I mean, words. Words are very difficult for me. As
All
you
of
can
air.
probably. Winter. It eventually had thought up winter, and winter became a thing, and everything was freezing to death. And the crow, which originally was like this rainbow colored, like this really pretty rainbow colored bird, um, had offered itself to go talk to this deity and save save everyone. Well, the deity couldn't unthink something, so it invented fire, and the crow had to fly the fire all the way back. And while it did that, it sort of singed and burned its wing, burned all of its feathers to go from a really pretty vivid rainbow deal into charcoal black. There's also the thing
truly
that
was a crow, bro.
Yeah, it was also the thing of it also why it sounds the way it does.
Smoke us off.
Basically. And I apologize, that was a pretty very quick, dirty, and slightly bastardized version of that story, but just to give the point across.
No, actually, it's fairly entertaining.
So since the crow's now the hero.
Yeah, bros are bros.
Crow, bro.
Crow bro.
Ooh. This is gonna be shimmering.
Yeah, I probably should have plotted out where these shines should be, but to have it make more sense. But nature's weird. It does weird things.
I mean, if I saw something like that, like just this black blob, essentially, if you're not focusing on it, and it's just shimmering all types of colors as it flies towards you.
Yep. I think, as we discussed before, I think it would have the ability to alter its colors and textures to blend into things, and
Truly is eldritch creature.
Yeah, be its creepy self.
Want to know what's one of my most favorite monster movies?
Oh.
The Mist.
Oh yeah, I think I've heard of that.
Mm-hmm. I saw that when I was, I want to say 13, around that age.
Mm-hmm.
And I loved it so much because it's dealing with all types of Lovecraftian eldritch abominations from another dimension, but they're animals essentially.
Mm-hmm.
They were insects. Even though they have titanous creatures, they're still just kind of doing their own thing. They don't even care about humans. From what it's suspected, they don't care about humans because it's just so huge.
Yeah.
Anyway, but it's weird because I'm a bitch. I don't do horror. I don't do zombies.
Yeah.
But that was that movie got to me because it's just interesting how these creatures existed.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, rainbow.
Rainbow. Well, yeah. I think I'll just add a little smidgen of blue, and I think that's good enough. And this
You
bitch is right.
keep his eyes black?
I was thinking about giving it octopus eyes.
Okay, I'm back.
I got my stuff later. Don't look like goat eyes. Yeah, they're the sideways.
Yep, they're those weird sideways goat-esque eyes that it's also sort of terrifying.
You know, funny enough, I have no problem with them on octopus, but if I see them on a goat, that freaks me out.
Wait, what are
Because
we
goats
freaking
seem
out about?
uh goats with crazy weird goat eyes.
Weird goat eyes.
Because
Yeah,
that's what they're.
yeah, you know, like sideways goat eyes.
Oh, yeah.
Well, those are the same type of eyes like octopus usually have. And I was saying like, yeah, I have no real problem like looking at that on like octopus, but if I see it on a goat, that freaks me out.
Yeah.
I think what it is, I associate with eyelids. So I'm thinking the octopus is just like squinting.
Yeah. I mean, also, octopi, octopi already sort of have that like weird alien creature vibe. So them having weird eyes isn't as like jarring as like goats that look otherwise. Well, technically, both goats and horses have the sideways eye.
Yeah.
In case you're ever wondering, scientifically accurate, My Little Ponies would have goat eyes.
About to start a fight here. Oh, I guess they do. It's just that eye is so dark you can never tell unless you're like really looking.
or you have one with like bright blue eyes. You
Yeah.
can really see it then.
Blue
Uh,
eyes, white horsey. Blue eyes, white pony.
yep,
There we go.
exactly.
You're a third-rate party pony with a fourth-rate party. No? No one? Fuck you, I'm hilarious.
Yes, you pet. Yes, you are.
That's interesting. No knew that about horses. But yo, yeah, I can see it. This thing with sideways eyes is gonna be even more creepy.
Yeah, just make it. My thing is, I like it. I like having things that are like absolutely terrifying, but just are actually either pretty chill or actually terrifying. I just like having terrifying creatures, whether they are chill or not. You
Terrifying
know
creatures are pretty awesome and terrifying.
exactly.
While you was going on, I was talking about how it shimmers and changes color and shit as well.
Yep,
Nice.
because octopi, well, in its natural form, I feel like it would be sort of like an oil slick. It would have it would be mostly black with uh it would be mostly black with like rainbow sheen type deal.
Instead of Charlie Sheen? Mm.
Exactly.
If you if you check its blood, it's tiger blood.
It only has one speed. Go.
It only does one thing: win.
So, since last time, have you guys gotten any like new ideas or inspirations for critters?
You know, I am always looking at inspirations.
I mean, I know we were just new,
Any
previously non-discussed. Honestly, not really. I've been pretty busy with things.
mm-hmm.
Um, but I know we had kind of talked about those like you okay, dog? That's a pretty loud thud.
Like, yo, dog, I'm high as fuck.
No, she's off her pain meds.
Actually, doing better.
Definitely doing a lot better. Had a vet visit today, and a lot of good things that they said, which makes me happy. Uh, uh, Though funny enough, they did give me some more pain meds for just in case. But she hasn't had any pain meds since like Monday. But I know we were kind of discussing about the like goblin-esque firefly monkey things.
Oh yeah, those boys.
And then, they're different evolutions because that was a pretty cool idea.
Yeah, like the goblin part would be like their larval form, and they would be similar to how certain types of salamanders are, in which just because they're in their larval form doesn't mean they're in their baby form. Like they can go their entire life in their larval form.
Yeah.
It's certain triggers that make it happen. And then its adult form would be the orc.
Yeah. Well, it'd probably have multiple stages considering the amount of. Or we could make it a couple different creatures, but it also makes sense that it might be just multiple stages of one creature. But definitely an interesting one. And what were you thinking of, Zon?
What besides our Mortal Enemy #1?
Isn't that just white people?
Yeah, but I'm working with you right now, so you know.
It's true, but I mean, you also say that like you have a choice.
Fair. Anyway. But let's see. I'm looking through what we did already. Like we got the Asstoria and Chimera, the Gaping Coil, the Gapping Coil,
Gapping.
Gabbing.
Gabbing, gaping.
It will pluck your ear off.
It is taking your fucking Lamborghini to Gapplebee's.
Gapplebee's.
The Woolly Scorpion, Slug Pup, the Crommel, the Featherfoot, the Nog, and the Sea Lord. So we got 3 aquatic animals.
Oh, and then don't forget we've got like the Cthulhu bird.
No, that's coming. That's one avian, but we got 2 northern creatures, the Woolly Scorpion and the Featherfoot. A desert creature and a plains creature, and the bird, which will be maybe tropical.
Tropical, subtropical.
Subtropical.
We need more insectoids.
We do need more insectoids. I was just thinking.
Insectoids.
All we have is the woolly.
Yeah. All right, then I know what I'm gonna work on next. That wasp, a wasp ferret thingamajig.
Wasp ferret.
Or dragonfly ferret. I think I like the idea of it having a stinger.
Ah, yes, bitches love stingers.
Yes, hello, kitty. Hi. Yeah, I'll work on that one next. Any like maybe not like fully fledged ideas, but like animals in particular, like animals you want to see in Astoria.
Animals or roles filled by Chimera.
All right.
I want a cow.
Don't we?
Like I said, that's why I was asking. Are you guys okay with Hydra?
I'm down with Hydra.
Yeah.
Okay, because I was thinking Hydra cat with maybe a little bit of insect in there.
Hydra cat?
Yeah. Cat with multiple heads.
So what I'm hearing is you want to draw an octopussy.
Zing.
I don't know how to answer that fully. What?
With a James Bond quote, obviously.
I'm gonna say mayhaps. Oh yes, I.
The only proper way to respond to that is with a James Bond quote. Or you respond shakenly, not stirred. Haha.
Oh, no wonder. Did I do it in that? Yes, I did. No wonder. I put it in the wrong. Oh, I can get it figured out.
Hello, Poppy. How are you? So, this Hydra Cat thing, what's it supposed to... Is it supposed to be a pet? Is it just like a really random... Is it like a normal wildlife-esque creature that you'd find and fight and possibly die fighting?
I was thinking pet. I
So,
wanted to do I wanted to do something adorable.
that's fair. So what I'm hearing is that in cities there is an urban legend uh, about the sewer gator Hydra cats.
Exactly. Wait.
It looks so friendly.
What are
Ooh.
Mushu Crow?
Oh, Mushu Crow. Yeah.
Wait, that's the wrong thing. It's this boy.
Yeah, that actually looks really cool.
It's very friendly, but it'll actually just destroy you.
Oh, I cut myself.
That's my point exactly.
Okay, so what would make these Hydra cats dangerous is that they act like regular cats.
So like dicks.
Exactly. Ooh, I don't know if I should draw the Hydra cat or the wasp ferret thing.
Flip a coin.
Flip a coin. All right,
Roll me a D2.
Okay, one moment. Let me
Go find a D2.
Oh wait, what am I doing? Yeah, let me go find a D2. I'll be right back. Wait, not a D2. I'm gonna pick up a D4.
And then divide it.
Exactly.
I'm gonna go find a D2. So you mean a coin? You know what? No, roll me a Mobius strip. Ooh, that is a chip out of my table. Fuck.
Damn. Oh, we got another backer.
Did we?
Yeah. We now are officially at 50 backers.
All right. Now okay.
I know we got one at
I
like
have found-
5:30.
You know, a D20 would be more accurate to would be more randomized than a D. All right, so all right, I'm gonna roll it. You guys call it evens/odds.
Okay. Evens is the ferret thing.
Okay. And odds is the chimera. I mean the cat. Looks like ferret thing. Ferret thing's even. Ferret thing is the creature.
Neat.
Oof.
Awesome. So you gonna go for dragonfly or hornet?
Gonna go like a little mixture of both.
Sounds horrifying. I love it.
See, I'm in love with hornets myself. I just think they're cool,
Mhm.
despite being literally anger murder machines.
Mhm.
Or maybe because of it, you know.
Hornets want you dead, and that's why we like them. Wasp good, wasp bad. Fucking. Ugh. Does anyone freaking like follow Flork of Cows or even Shane Comics? Previously Owl Turd Comics.
I do not.
I don't
Shane,
believe so.
they had a spat on Twitter, which I only found out because I'm in like the Flork of Cows Facebook group, and so someone posted it. But they had a small Flork and Shane both had a small spat on Twitter, like a joking artist, you know, drawing comics in response to each other kind of spat. Um, they didn't like actually have any like
Bad blood.
arguments or yeah, like they were just having jokes and like so Shane had posted the comic you know like saying that like wasps are good. um Let me see if I can't pull it up. I think it's on my phone. I have the screenshots on my phone. I'm pretty certain. um but like it was like hi, I'm a wasp. And I like my space and my privacy, but I'm not actually mean. I'm not as good. Oh yeah, here it is. I might not be as popular as my sibling the bee, but I pollinate sometimes too. I'm not as good, but I'm practicing, and I hunt bugs like spiders, including ticks. Just please don't bug me. I like my personal space. This comic sponsored by wasps, and Flork posted a reply of like one of his sock figures wearing a shirt saying "Wasps bad" and looking angry, and then he posted a comic "Wasps suck." Wasps are the leading cause of all drug deals. Wasps weave all nightmares. This comic sponsored by everyone but wasps. And then Shen freaking posted his like his like self-insert Shen wearing
Mhm.
in that same chair, arms crossed, looking angry with a "Wasps good" T-shirt.
Mhm.
And then they posted a like a a collab where the Flork wearing a Wasp bad T-shirt and Shen wearing a Wasps good T-shirt are beating up a guy that has an SAO good T-shirt. uh,
The one thing I keep bring them together.
exactly. Oh, that looks fucking baller so far. Holy shit.
Thanks.
All right, so I'm
Little
done.
emaciated in the torso right there.
Yeah. Have you seen? I think they're called mud wasps. They have the weird
Yeah, they had a long,
the
skinny
long stick.
connection.
Yeah. So I figured I'm gonna have it have that weird deal going on right there.
I'll be right back.
All right, Zen's gone. Let's bring out the party supplies.
Party time!
Ow! Right, my fucking eye.
Party too hard?
Yeah, I partied too hard and got a piece of fucking plastic in my eye.
Oofies.
Hit my eyelid, thankfully, so.
That's good.
He did some test prints with some PTG I got, or PETG, um, that a buddy of mine gifted me in exchange for some work I did for him.
Ooh,
And,
neato.
yee! Uh, I'm pretty excited about that. He got me some normal PETG, and then he got me some PETG that's carbon fiber reinforced.
Ooh, neato.
Yeah. So I'm using the regular PETG to like get my print settings all set up, and most of them are pretty like in line with where they need to be. I just need to like adjust my support settings because my support distance is too small. But other than that, it's like really fucking good. And I mean, I'm not like printing anything that requires to be super, super pretty. I was just printing a spool holder. But yeah. So this wasp's ferret thing is so it's a mud wasp and a ferret and a dragonfly. I'm assuming you're giving it dragonfly wings. Yes, you are.
Yep.
So it's a pet.
Yep. It
Man,
is sort of like a weird.
people love pets that just try to kill them, don't they? We
Hey,
got the
hey.
slug doggo thing.
Yep.
That's like secretes it's super friendly and loves you, but it secretes an extremely deadly neurotoxin.
Mhm.
And then we've got this thing, which is like a mud wasp, which are super aggressive, and
I don't know. I always thought they were like more peaceful. Like to me, like experiences from personal experience from what Mud was, they were always a bit more
okay,
peaceful to me than like.
they're more peaceful compared to like paper wasps.
Yeah.
But if I remember correctly, they're actually one of the more aggressive wasp um species. Where like
Mhm.
like yellow jacket wasps are uh and like
Oh.
hornets aren't. They're usually more docile.
Hmm.
Um, unless I'm mixing the two genesis up, because it's either all hornets are wasps, but not all wasps are hornets, or it's the other way around, where all wasps are hornets, but not all hornets are wasps. I'm pretty certain it's all hornets are wasps, but not all wasps are hornets. Um, but I do know that like hornets tend to be a little bit more docile to wasps.
Mhm.
Hornets are definitely the ones that are like, leave me alone and I'll leave you alone.
Yeah.
Uh, wasps are like, go fuck yourself. Stop
Yep. Go fuck
existing.
off.
Stop
Exactly.
existing. You're making me murder you.
Exactly. I don't know. I sort of feel like these guys are sort of like you probably have your wild variants, of course, like which probably would accumulate in massive ground nests. But it's another case of I feel like the uh hive people. I'm trying to remember what they're called.
Eusocial insects.
Wait, what?
The term for hive insects is eusocial.
You so
Eusocial animals. Uh,
yeah.
it means that they have a hive social esque build up. So like moles are eusocial. There's a
Hmm.
queen and a caste, and um yeah, like naked mole or moles are eusocial. There's a mole queen.
Neato. Um, but I was talking the country.
The Empire.
Yes, they're eusocial
Yeah,
as
the
well.
hive empire.
Yeah, and the
Yeah.
Anthron Empire. They are.
Yeah, the Anthront Empire. I feel like these would be, your typical pet because I feel like they wouldn't just have something that's just. Of
You
course,
know
they'll
what?
get things that are actually.
That makes a lot of sense that the Arthron, not Anthron, not Anthrax, Arthron Empire would have these weird eusocial insectoids as pets. That actually makes a lot of sense. I like that.
I feel like they would also be an excellent source of honey. If you either have manage to tame domesticate a
A
hive
hive.
yep slash are brave enough to go in that hole.
um, I don't know. I feel like it would be a really weird tasting honey because they're wasp based, and like wasps do make honey. It's just not very good honey.
Yeah, probably wouldn't make the most amazeballs honey, but something to still you flavor it differently. You put it on like some toast with some other flavors and stuff like that. I
Yeah,
mean,
that prison honey.
exactly. With them being with when I'm assuming
I mean, it could be
the
that they make like super excellent honey. That's who knows. It
yeah
could be that they make like the top tier honey in the world. They're just very, very, very uh like outside of like the Arthron Empire. They're just so vicious and don't like people going into their hives. It's so hard for people to that no one really ever goes and gets honey from these creatures. The only people who have any decent reliable source is the Arthron Empire because they've domesticated these creatures.
I can see them being primarily ground hivers. Is that
Mhm.
fair?
yep ground hivers, and I feel like they would be ground hivers near bodies of water, because I feel like in their nymph state
Mhm.
they would be uh, aquatic.
Yeah.
So like it could also be a case in which these things specifically build their hives over aqueducts.
Aqueducts, swamps, in a lot of the same habitats that dragonflies like.
Mm-hmm.
Clean water sources. Clean, still water sources.
Sick. And like again, they could be like an indicator of underground water,
Mhm.
um, and and the like. But yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. I'm assuming that they prefer fresh water over salt water.
oh yeah, much, very much so.
Yeah. That's actually pretty baller. I like that.
And yeah, again, I figured the Empire, again, with them most like a lot of them being like hive-based creatures, would have the understanding to tame another hive-based creature.
Yeah. Honestly, I'd love to find out like these commercialized hives for these creatures would look like.
Yeah,
That would be
that would be very
such
interesting.
an interesting thing to like.
Ooh, you know what you totally could do? Um, you know how there are like you have on some aquariums where like you can actually walk on top of the aquarium and look down and see.
Mhm.
You could have it that like they have like huge sections of floor sort of displaying like their little wasp ferrets at work doing their duty to the hive.
That would be cool. However, and I only really know this because I've been slowly like researching beekeeping, um,
Hmm.
because I like to make my own mead, and I sat there and went, you know what? I know it's a lot of work, but getting my own hive of bees so I have a less expensive source of honey might actually be the way to go because I really like making mead. Um, and there are like you can buy like hives and stuff that they're not popular because they get dirty fast. Just
Hmm.
pollen, propolis, especially propolis. And so like and just like whatever dirt that the bee and oils that are on the bee, like they just rub off on everything. Um,
Hmm.
if any of you guys know about those like flow hives, I know they were like pretty popular way back when they first started their Kickstarter. Um, they like it's the hive supers, so the frames you don't have to take out. The honeys fill or the bees fill them with honey, and then you just like turn a valve and all the honey dry. Those get filthy. I don't necessarily mean like food unsafe filthy. I just mean like they get
Schmuck.
like they just get schmut all over them on all the outsides, and like the actual hive box for the top for the supers that house all these honeycombs, um
Mhm.
like they have windows on the side so that you can take a look at them, but
Mhm.
they just get disgustingly smudgy. um and it gets really funny. um
Mhm.
so I mean, that might be a thing, but I feel like it wouldn't, just because of how dirty they'd get.
True.
Um,
Unless, of course, they have someone just dedicated to just cleaning that glass all the time.
I mean, that is possible. And I mean, they could technically do like a grating, like a grated fence. I mean, it'd be really hard in medieval times. Um,
Yeah.
where they have the grated fence and they have the glass over top of it, because the grated fence isn't going to get dirty. Um,
Yeah.
and like grated mesh fence, like not as big as chicken wire fences, but like the same type of. I want to say they're 8 millimeter. Um, uh, they're actually commonly used as bottoms in a lot of beehives, because what they do is the bees are too big to like fit through the hole, but all of
Mhm.
the different pests and like um not diseases, but all the pests, like hive beetles and that would go in and wreck up your hive,
Mhm.
and cause trouble. A lot of them are too small to fit through through the hole. So a lot of them have that small grate underneath, and it
Mhm.
fucking so they fall through the grate into like a catcher, usually filled with like oil or water or type of dirt. I forget what it's called. It's not like dirt you find on the ground, but it's like a
Yeah,
special
it's a
dirt.
special kind of dirt.
It's a
I
special.
know. I think I know what you're.
Yeah, and it kills insects. Um, and you can technically do borax too. Um,
Mhm.
because borax like tears up the inside of most insects. Oh, it's terrible stuff. Um, but yeah, you can like uh, so a lot of people like to do that. Not every hive does, or apiary does that, but it is a
Mhm.
popular practice, just because it's a really easy way to keep hive beetles out and stuff, because they'll go through the entrance that like the bees and that go through,
Mhm.
and because the entire floor is this grating, they'll just fall through the grating, and then they don't get into your hive.
Mhm.
Um, because like your most important laborious thing about beekeeping is pest control and
Yeah.
keeping hives healthy. It is
Mhm.
a lot of work.
Almost definitely. But yeah. As with most. But yeah. Uh. I'm sure that these things would probably have their own pest issues. But I think actually,
I would.
um, ferrets and weasels and the like are are insectivorous as well as other things.
And wasps are insectivorous as well,
True.
depending on
They
your wasp.
probably wouldn't have as much of a hard time with pests just because
Not
they are
yeah.
they're
Definitely not
sort
like pests around their size, because like hive beetles and that they're relatively big compared to like
mhm,
a bumblebee, though they definitely probably have like problems with like parasites, internal parasites, and like flea tick type things.
yeah,
Um, unless you made them part opossum, but no.
true.
And that being said, if you guys think this stuff's kind of cool, we have a tier on our ongoing Indiegogo where you can design one of these fantastic Chimera for only $150.
Yeah, you can tell me what to do. Wouldn't that be awesome?
Oh boy, oh boy.
I can tell you, it's pretty awesome telling her what to do all the time.
See, it's fun.
Okay, Caster, we're going to need to see some gold here, a trim of purple there, and some Gucci.
Okay, I can add some gold.
The Gucci needs to be all natural. None of that fake stuff.
None of that fake Gucci.
None of that fake Gucci.
Okay.
Awesome. Just checking the Indiegogo page, just in general. We are on the trending list.
We're on
Second
trending?
page.
Oh, we're on the second page of the trending list. That's actually not too bad.
It's not too terrible.
Oh.
There you go. So awesome bot. That's awesome. Words. I totally know how to use those.
It's okay. I don't know how to use words, and I speak 2 languages.
I can understand almost 2 languages. Well, I can say I technically took German for like 2 years. I don't
Oh,
really know
sprechen Sie
German.
Deutsch? Oh, das ist nicht gut.
Nicht.
Das ist nicht gut. Sprechen Sie Englisch und Sie Deutsch? No, nein. Ich sprechen Sie Englisch und Sie Französisch und ich bin ein Ausländer und sprechen nicht gut Deutsch. I don't actually know German. I just know a couple different things from when I took German.
Yeah, I know some words in German, and I can like in context pick apart like what's going on.
Until they start
But
getting into weird, crazy compound words.
yeah. Honestly, I took 1 year of American Sign Language, and I understand that like 1,000 times better than
Oh, man. I actually really want to learn ASL. So bad.
yeah. It like my thing is I understand ASL really well. Like if I see someone signing, I can more or less understand like basic conversations. But like I'm dyslexic, so I have a bad tendency to do things upside down and backwards. And it's just a weird thing that my brain can't like figure out, wait, what direction? But so some signing is a bit hard for me. Uh but I can understand it easily enough to to do basic conversations.
Nice. That's definitely more than me. And I'm not gonna lie, like I used to work at a before I moved back in with my parents, like the jobless bum that I am. Uh, but I used to work at a print shop, like an industrial print shop that did like we did a lot of things. We did like the Walrus, which no American's gonna know what the Walrus is. We did the Traveler, so if you actually go to like you see them in airports a lot. Like that's mainly where the Traveler's distributed. And we also did National Geographic Canada, among a
Ooh,
bunch of other things.
very nice.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. Now that being said, if you know anything about like National Geographic Canada, it's not usually like one distribution place. They have a couple different manufacturers. Or they'll have different issues printed at different places. Like I know we were doing like the Canada quizzes one. That was the one that I was, that I was one of the stackers for when we were
Mm.
printing that one. So we did a lot of cool fucking things, and it's so goddamn fucking loud in a print shop, like an industrial print shop, because we had three industrial printers running. So three web printers. Now only two of them were really usually running, but they were running 24/7. The other one was kind of like down for repairs for most of the time I was working there. But oh, it was so fucking loud, and like you couldn't hear shit, and we're wearing earplugs, and so we can't hear stuff even more. And I'm
Ooh.
standing there going, fuck, I wish like we all knew sign language, because it's just such a good fucking, like it's so fucking flawless for stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Screw the deaf people, I don't care about them. Watch, this is gonna get taken out of context. But like honestly, like American Sign Language should really just be like standardized in North America as like something people learn in high school um as a second language, because it's so useful.
Yeah,
Holy
I
shit.
mean, in my high school, that's where I actually like learned it was in
Hmm.
my high school. It was like the first year they were having it available, and I was like, oh, that's cool. It's a visual language rather than auditorial because I'm much more of a visual learner than I am anything else.
Hmm.
Um, which I might be obvious question mark, but yeah, I took it and I understood it a lot. Like I took to it a lot faster than I did German.
Hmm.
Um, but ASL is one of those things like you have to really pay attention what's going on with your hands because the difference between signing pink and penis is like less than an inch.
um well, what if I'm talking about my pink penis?
Well, it's easy to sign. You just you do the symbol for P. You tap it on your lips, and then you tap it on your nose.
um it's definitely a language that will help you learn that's cool, um your bodily um proportions, not um
Your
I
body
forget,
language.
not your body, well, partly that.
Absolutely.
uh, but no, 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 it's one of your 40 senses. You have a sense that allows, like if you close your eyes and I say touch your nose, you can touch your nose just by knowing it. Same thing if it's like, oh, touch your lip, touch your right pinky finger, whatever. Like you can find any part of your body without actually like looking at it. You can just close your eyes and touch it.
Mhm.
And that's an actual sense we have in terms of like touch, taste, like um and sign language is definitely one of those languages. Is definitely one of those things that would help you improve that sense. uh,
Mhm. I get you. I'm picking up what you're putting down.
and what I'm apparently putting down is pink penis.
Exactly. But yeah, there's still quite a bit. Like I also remember one of the funniest part about the class is that I learned how to sign asshole in class and learned how to
Nice.
sign thank you from my friends.
I mean, look, the first words you should learn in any language is the swear words. That's just a fact.
Exactly. But yeah, sign language is fun. If you're more of a visual learner, you will pick up sign language a lot better. It is an overall really fun class. Well, it's an overall really fun language to learn. Um, I enjoyed it a bit more. Enjoyed it more than German. Um, Now, I guess I shouldn't say I know American Sign Language proper. I know what's called Pidgin, in
Mm-hmm.
which you sign in like sign language. It does a different order than your typical spoken language order, like how we do
Yeah.
it. Well, specifically English. They do it. I don't remember what exactly what the order is, but I know that it's not. I know that it's not. You know, your typical it's not English order, and to do
Yeah.
it in English order, like signing in English order is basically what's called pigeon.
Mm-hmm. Um, yeah, I getcha.
Yeah.
Yee.
Yee.
Yeet.
Yee. I guess we do have a lot of we could talk about the Hive Empire.
I guess we could. Um, I mean, they're a bunch of filthy communists. No, they're eusocial in their culture, which just means it's very hive before self, kinda.
Everything else before self.
Yeah, pretty much. Uh, okay, it is rounded. But like, I don't know. They're a goddamn bunch of filthy Neds. Uh, uh, they don't really have much of like an import or export economy. They're definitely very self-sufficient, I'd say.
So isolationist to an extent.
Expansionist.
True.
Um,
Just submit under the insect empire.
of course. Submit to your insect overloads. Um, they only wish to enslave or murder you. Kind. Very kind.
Truly.
Um, but yeah, definitely. They have a very Mediterranean um climate. There we go. That's the word I'm
Mhm.
looking for. So a lot of warm weather. They do have like cooler weather, but it's mostly just like almost summer year round, just because of the like even uh their winters are, they occasionally would maybe get snow in some of the more northern parts, but like it's mostly like rainy season versus dry season, summer and winter.
Mhm.
Because they're insects.
Yeah.
Um, though I mean, again, like the more northern parts do get like an actual proper winter, where the southern parts get more of a tropic winter. Um,
Mhm.
and I know we said last time that like they've got their weird freaking succession system in which if you don't like what the current queen's doing, you are free to challenge them to Mortal Kombat, and if you win, you become the new queen. Um, and aside from the current queen, which is the Wasp, and the Bee Queen, are there any notable queens that have happened in the past, Zun?
There was Ladybug Queen.
Yeah, the one that was for a day. Wasn't she technically the one who quote unquote defeated the ladybug? Because
The
the
honeybee.
the honeybee, because the honeybee had a fucking heart attack while she was mid berserk.
Yep.
Anyone else who's of note?
No, not really. We had a discussion on how many of them that were, and it was like I believe 8. But
I
those are
thought
the
it
only
was
ones.
more than that.
It's one. I'm just saying, like we discussed 8.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, no, because they died.
They died. They either didn't they didn't do anything of note before they died. What was their most popular policy? Being murdered. What was their least popular policy? Being murdered. Um,
Anyone watching the stream right now might have any questions?
yeah.
Yeah.
I think actually. Everyone...
Do we have one? I know Moon said hello. I don't know. Does any of our three current viewers, does any of our viewers have any questions? Do 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 do. No.
Doesn't seem like it. We'll probably use that as we probably ASMR.
Yeah. Just some nice ASMR.
Oh god, are we becoming Twitch thoughts?
No, we're not getting enough money for that.
We're not pretty enough.
I mean, you're right, but you don't have to say it.
Well, no, you'd probably be pretty enough by yourself, but I mean, Zen and I just kind of bring like everything down below the very extremely low bar that exists on Twitch, even though we're on fucking YouTube.
I know. Years ago, when you had the Captain America body, you'd probably do it. Just be in the cosplay, you'd be good. Captain Canada. For me, I gotta go into a dress, I gotta get into drag, put on knee-high stockings, work at Femboy Hooters. Oh man, it's too much work.
Sounds like that's something you'd enjoy, Zen.
It depends on how much money I'm getting.
That's fair. You know what you should do, Zen? You should do like a Project Melody-esque thing.
Oh, the virtual avatar.
Be a virtual waifu.
Virtual waifu. Like, it's a waifu.
Yeah, it's a waifu.
There we go.
It definitely helped with Papa Gundam's sanity, because we wouldn't have to fucking ever do It's a Waifu ever again.
The power is too great. It's like holding the One Ring. When you're at the volcano's edge, it's like, throw it in there, get rid of the avatar, and you just look back and say no. Baka.
Alright, so that's what we're going to be doing for the next hours. We're just going to be throwing shade at Papa Gundam.
I mean, I guess if you need a female voice to really sell that girlfriend part, you could just ask.
And she does voice acting. Bet.
Damn.
I mean, I don't do voice acting per se, but I can do a female voice.
Gee, where did you learn that?
Birth? I don't know.
Damn, she's been practicing her voice since fetus.
God damn. Talented. Driven.
That's I'm assuming 20 plus years.
Exactly. Uh, hmm.
Indeed.
So the Idvarki? They're the Norse people. They're the Norse people, right?
The cheeky breaky is Riki. It
Need like a cheat sheet.
this one. Yes, the is Virki, Republic. Um,
Okay.
which are constantly at war with the Arthron Empire.
So,
Mhm.
could you possibly walk us through the day in the life of your typical Evikian?
Is Virkian,
Izverkian?
cheeky breakian.
Chigabigabig?
Um, well, so they wake up, they embody the stalker. um, I mean, yeah, I mean, I guess your average is Virkian would have a life not too unsimilar from the rest of the world. Relatively cold. Definitely a lot of like farmers. They definitely enjoy their mead. Uh, a lot of boating, a lot of fishing. They'd definitely be like a relatively strong navy that goes on like coastal raids with the Arthron Empire, or against the Arthron Empire. Um,
Mm-hmm.
uh, go do a bunch of kick-ass Viking stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and then come home and snuggle their Lamia waifu who is freezing to death. Uh, Definitely got a lot of really super cold winters though. I mean, like I imagine it to like frequently get close to -40 in large portions of the land. Certainly the type
Mm-hmm.
of area I'd like to live in. Um,
Cuddle piles.
the what?
They need cuddle piles.
Cuddle piles. It's a cornucopia of love. Um, yeah, they'd have a pretty strong standing army. A lot of emphasis on like uh bowmanship, just for everyone, as well as shieldmanship. Um, since they're like egalitarian, like their navy and their armed forces would employ both human and demi-fauna. Um, and I mean, uh, religiously they worship like a pantheon-esque. So they worship Zacharias as like the one true god, but then they also worship a myriad of demiplanar who had attained aspect, who had become aspects. Which, if you don't know what an aspect is, they're just a demiplanar that has embodied their element or whatever in its fullest sense. So like an aspect of wind would have become like the ultimate wind elemental. And they're just a really super powerful um demiplanar. And so they worship a number of notable demiplanar as part of like, like the angels of Zacharias or whatever, as part of that pantheon of gods, though primarily they worship Zacharias as the one god. Kind of like you know, not Zeus. Well, yeah, kind of like how, there's Zeus as the king of gods or the god of gods in um like Greek Roman religion, and then like the rest of the pantheon, which are quote unquote lesser gods, or like Olympians versus what's the word I'm looking for?
Titans.
Titans, yeah, Olympians versus Titans. I mean, you could also look at it like Odin, the Allfather, versus the rest of the Norse gods. Um,
Mm-hmm.
but a lot of the Norse gods, with the exception of like, Odin being the Allfather, most of the Norse gods are kind of considered relatively equivalent.
Mhm.
So I guess it would, the difference between Zacharias and the demi or the aspects would be closer to like Olympians versus Titans, than Odin versus Thor or Loki
Yeah.
or Freya or
Okay.
whatever. Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah. Um. So they're very again they would definitely have that Norse esque personality.
Yeah.
And they would worship pantheon. Where would they differ from your typical Norse type
Like
you know,
IRL Viking.
yep, your IRL Viking.
Well, they live in a fantasy world called Dames of Astoria. That's a but I'm kind of pulling a blank there. Zen. I mean, they're heavily inspired by Norse culture. So
The main difference comes from them living alongside what is effectively supposed to be the enemy.
Mhm.
Where you may have like gigantic Vikings of a man, you got an actual bear woman next to you.
Mhm.
Dames of Astoria, beware of bears. You mean bear demifauna or like, gay bears? Yes. uh, um, yeah, and I
But
mean
yeah,
they're definitely a lot closer to like the Arthron Empire. So like, um, I guess they'd be closer to like the like the Nordic kingdoms during like their wars against the English, if they lived in France, if the Nordics lived in France or something.
Mhm.
Um, so there is definitely that, and that definitely fosters a lot of animosity towards the Arthron Empire, because like we said, the Arthron Empire has a habit of stealing, specifically men, but stealing men to be, well, sex slaves, essentially breeding stock, um,
Mhm.
as well as just like pets and other things you do with lesser beings. Um, they're also considered like by many as like a safe haven for demifauna. So while they certainly have a very like warrior-esque culture, um, it's not like with like the Spartans where like you're born into this, you're a warrior, there's nothing else you are.
Mhm.
It's warrior culture is definitely very much embraced and very much encouraged, but not wanting it is like not wanting to be a warrior, not wanting to fight isn't necessarily looked down upon, because there are many people who good job. Um, there are many people who flee to the Israeli, well, primarily demifauna, um,
Mhm.
but even some humans too, but who flee to the Virki Republic, um, looking for like a better life with less not and not be like judged or discriminated against. Um, so uh, they definitely have a little bit more tolerance in that regard. Um, I'd also assume that they're rather meritocratic, in terms of like it's more important that you're the best person for the job, um, not necessarily the strongest warrior or you're the best fighter or whatever. But just the best person for the job which is being done.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like that's probably um a lot closer to where they'd be. What do you think, Zach?
Hmm. You know how the DreamWorks Dragons?
Oh, like How to Train Your Dragons?
Yeah, I feel like that's like them.
Yeah. Yeah, How to Train Your Dragon, I definitely would say is pretty along the lines of what I envisioned. But that's like just pretty standard Vikings.
But you know, well, adorable dragons.
Hmm.
But in this case,
With
wife.
dragon wives instead of instead of dragon pets. Yeah. And I mean, we're talking like dragons after what's his nuts became respected for riding Toothless, right?
Yeah. Not the first movie.
Yeah, not the first movie, the second movie. Yeah, it makes sense to me. Um, Definitely a lot of fish dishes up there, because there'd be a lot of fishing villages and that.
I apologize. One moment.
It's okay.
Yep, just
How,
type period.
how ironic that she's drawing a cat hydra, and in the background
Her cat is, whining.
with his many heads. It seeks it seeks sustenance.
Yes, hello, Poppy. Yeah, makes sense to me.
Sorry, she can get very loud when she is okay. I 1 moment. Still dealing with her 1 moment.
Hey, calice, man. Peu trop fatigué à ce moment. C'est pas pourquoi, c'est pas comme j'ai fait trop de choses aujourd'hui.
Sorry, she's bored and she wants attention, and I figured if I put her in the bedroom, she'd be fine with just chillaxing with my girlfriend. Not so much the case. She continued wanting to scream.
Because your girlfriend just is not as good as entertaining that pussy as you are. Haha.
Oh no, don't say that. No, usually she much prefers my girlfriend. She wants awake people attention.
It's like, boring right now. Let me go see what the other one is doing.
Mhm.
Other one
Exactly.
tempting me. Ugh.
Exactly.
Yes, hello, Poppy. My good girl. So, Hydra Kitty.
Yep, Hydra cat. I'm trying to make them not just like cats that are stuck onto a Hydra body. I'm trying to make them look like sort of like geckos mixed with cats on a Hydra body.
Huh.
So you'll see it more so on the on side profiles, but
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to go for something because you're right. Like so far, a lot of the animals are a bit, uh, dangerous, to say the least. Even the pets.
What are you talking about? My slug pup would never hurt a fly.
Fly lands
Yep.
on it, immediately dies due to acute toxicity.
Yep.
That wasn't from the dog. It was a heart attack.
Heart attack, totally.
To be honest, I mean, cuddling the dog would just result in you either being high as balls or dead.
Yeah, well, I mean, it did say in moments of stress. So I
Mhm.
mean, as long as you don't squeeze it too hard, I'm pretty sure that it wouldn't be too bad.
I agree.
Oh no, she found the dice. Um,
Control their fate.
yep. Also, because you guys had mentioned How to Train Your Dragon,
Mhm.
and, you know, the vibe I get from those guys is very much so like goofy ass lizards mixed with other things.
Goofy ass lizards with goofy ass Vikings.
Yep. Let me try to remember how a gecko looks again.
Or just look it up.
All right, that's how a gecko looks.
Alright, Caster.
Yes.
How long you had your cat?
What?
How long have you had your cat?
Willow. My girlfriend's had her for almost half a year. Almost half a year now. Well, over half a year now.
Was that from Kitty or
Wait, what?
the cat? Was it like was it adopted like or was it like from Kitty kitten?
So my girlfriend had her window open, and
As
Willow
people tend to do.
suddenly, yep, as you tend to do, and you know, just like mind your own business. We don't have a screen. We don't have screens on our on any of our windows for some weird reason. I don't know why the apartments decided on that, but just suddenly cat right through the window.
I see. So it adopted you guys.
Basically.
I mean, that's how cat owners become cat owners. They get adopted by cats.
Yeah.
Like, there is no other way. I mean, hell, my mom has become a crazy cat lady. Because she got adopted by all the wild cats. Around her house. She doesn't let them in the house. But they live around here, and she feeds them regularly.
Mhm.
So like the outside of the house just has like a bunch of fucking cats.
It's nicer.
Eh,
Yeah. I think my girlfriend's grandparents are like that too. They have um they have a uh they have a bunch of wildcats in the area that they take care of.
eh.
Speaking of, it's not to do with cats, but it has to do with dogs. So since I lived here, uh we've gotten two dogs that were strays, essentially. First was I want to say it was a lab. I'm not completely sure. Some type of terrier. Anyway, but
Terriers and labs are completely different.
whatever. Point being, this homeless guy was carrying his dog, right? And he said, "Hey, you guys want a dog?" He was like, no. He's like, too bad, and gave us a dog leash. And we had a dog for like a day or something. Then we took him to the shelter.
Mm-hmm.
We rewind to about a month ago. I walk outside to get into work, and there's a dog tied to our door. Like, it's a pit bull. After we just got 2 pit bulls, puppies. And this guy was like 8 months old, I'm guessing.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, is your owner around? Like, actually talking to the dog, like, it's gonna answer me.
Hey, look, dog owners
You
talk
do.
to the dogs like they'd answer them. Yeah.
Yeah. So now I got this like pit bull, this male pit bull, inside my house. I'm about to go to work. I was like, what the hell am I gonna do with this dog? And who keeps giving dogs to us? What do we look like?
White people.
We're in the middle of the hood.
I mean, you're a business owner. That's like the closest to a white person living in the hood could be.
Yeah. And meanwhile, Cass is going to Soviet Russia. Cat adopts you.
I mean, for me, it's a case of they just sort of end up on the porch, and they don't leave. So, like, because before Willow, I had a cat. I had a cat named Oliver, and I found him freezing like half to death on the porch because I was in Michigan, and we had him for a few years. And before that, I had a cat named Chili, and she literally hopped out from underneath the porch and sort of just refused to leave.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, definitely sounds like standard cat ownership stories.
Yep. Okay, cool.
Drawing on the correct layer.
Yep, just making sure I'm on the right layer. Cause oh boy, if I wasn't.
Man, I've done that a couple times. Just drawing on the wrong layer fucking sucks. Especially like you're like, oh, okay, I've done all the line art. No, I drew it all on the wrong layer. Fuck.
Yeah, that was the worst. Usually I tend to find that out a little bit sooner, luckily.
Mm-hmm.
But still. Um,
Ow.
you know what? I probably should just give it gecko tails.
Do it.
Big ol' chonky gecko tails.
So what we wanted to call this three-headed little guy?
Satan.
Satan.
Oh my god.
Well, if it's a girl, we'll call her Satania.
Satania.
But let's see what it would be. El Gato.
Let's just say the cat.
Exactly.
So, if dogs go to heaven, where do cats go?
You know damn well where they go.
Purgatory.
Oh dear Lord.
So, what is the thing, meow or hiss?
Yes.
I say.
So
Meow.
they probably. You know, yeah, they would do both. Have more reptilian-esque hissing, but still.
You know what's funny? I was thinking about that, meow or hiss. And I was like, okay, so let me make a name out of that. So I'll put meow in front of hiss. It makes mist. Wait. Okay, that won't work. So, okay, let's go with hiss in front of meow. We'll make how. God damn it.
Damn names. Ugh, why can't they just be easy?
Alright. That's the hardest part.
I want to give a big chonk in gecko tails.
I am down for big honkin' gecko tails.
Cause yeah, I want something not so dangerous. People can go like, well, okay, I guess it's dangerous in the way that cats are dangerous.
In which that you'll get
Hey, in D&D, a cat will end you.
uh in which that'll give you feline toxic neutrophilus or neutrophils. What's the fucking
Oh yeah,
it's
the brain bug that makes you go crazy, that does weird things to you.
yeah, it makes you super scared of cats. Which is hilarious. It's also like one of the most common diseases in the world because everyone owns cats.
Mm-hmm. I have found a nice quality gecko tail that I'm gonna reference here. But
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, probably it might have something like that, but you know, I was thinking the fact that they like to just kill things just because they can.
Oh, so like how cats are
Oh wait,
actually like the largest contributors to species extinctions?
yep, exactly that. There we go. Nice gecko.
Yeah, I could see them definitely being like horrendous
The
little
apex.
bastards that like yeah, make like every minor species go extinct.
Yep. But oh dang, if they aren't so gosh darn cute. I feel like these guys would also probably have the ability to walk on walls. Well, basically like
Like with
glass surfaces.
geckos, yeah.
So
Because
they'd be even
instead of toe beams, they got
those
gecko
gecko pads,
gecko
their
pads,
little
yeah.
sticky pads. Um, yeah, I could definitely see them doing that. Um,
But can you see them ripping a person's face off using those gecko pads?
man, um, there's a part of me that's like yes, yes, violence. There's another part of me just like I don't know about.
To be fair, it's definitely a thing that Spider-Man can do. It's the only reason I brought it up. Because, you know, Spider-Man is actually a lot more terrifying than people would assume.
Fair, very fair. Um, I mean, we could totally have it that they don't have claws and that their form of defense is quite literally sticking to things and then pulling.
Yeah, could definitely work. As well as, lots of hissing and
that heightened perception with 3 heads.
Can't sneak up on them.
Nope. And they can also run jettison up walls.
What about the name Trisur?
Trisor?
Trisuri.
Triceri. Yeah, I could see that. I feel like they'd have some form of like pixie-esque name. But yeah, you guys can totally go like, yeah, we have hydras in our game, and then just this is the hydra.
Yeah. Like, yeah, we have you guys fighting them at level 1. Oh my god, why? They look at us like, oh, it's a cat.
Yeah, like CR like 0.3.
And before they destroy you.
Yeah.
You mean like like red roaches?
Yeah, like red roaches.
Terrifying, horrible red roaches. The thing TPKs are made out of.
Hooray, TPKs.
If you didn't commit a TPK, you didn't GM hard enough.
Exactly. Yeah, got the line art done for these guys. I don't know what to color them though. I was thinking about doing like white/leopard gecko colors.
Make them like calico, except with or calico
Leopard
or
gecko.
whatever. Yeah, leopard
I'm
gecko.
thinking, I'm thinking pink.
Yeah, some pink in there. Definitely some pink. Again, overall, I figured it would just be nice to, have something cute just to be, cute.
Yeah.
But, just sort of, instead of like, have your typical cat problem of it knocking things off the shelves, it knocks things off the wall
Knocks things
or
off of
the
any
ceiling.
surface.
Nice
Yep.
paint you got there.
Wonk.
Be a shame if someone. That's a
Pawed
nice.
it off.
Yeah.
Oh man, it would be expert at like picking things up and like just dropping them too.
Oh yeah.
Like I said, they're dangerous in a way that a cat is.
Hmm.
Probably just about the same size as a cat, maybe a tiny bit smaller.
I'd assume they'd be a tiny bit bigger.
Yeah, like a medium-sized dog. I could see
Yeah.
that too.
Yeah. Like I'd see them between like the size of like a Maine Coon and like a medium-sized dog.
Um, yeah.
Hmm.
We got our
Ow. Ugh.
Question is, who would have this animal?
Like what kind of person would own one?
Yeah, like it's probably owned by humans, demifauna.
Probably both.
Just that common.
Yeah.
what kind of crazy person would own a cat? I say as I stare my cat right dead in the eye.
And she stares back.
Exactly.
Yeah, makes sense.
What I would think is that they are mostly confronted by cat girls. But they don't actually like each other.
Oh, so cat girls are the most likely ones to keep them, but they don't like each other.
Don't like each other. Don't know why they're together.
They just sort of are.
Just so they are.
Well, I mean, cats are technically a colony animal. So, like, it sort of makes sense. That they'd all be, like, attracted together.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so, like, I could totally fucking see, um, like, cat girls and these things kind of gravitating towards each other just because of, like, the colony nature of cats.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but yeah, like, the idea of them just absolutely detest. Jesus, flying. Fuck. But yeah, the idea of them just being, like, absolutely detested by each other is kind of funny. I like it.
And it's not like I liked you or anything like that, Braka. Type of way.
So, tsundere. Got it.
Yep.
Any other questions for us, Caster?
Hmm. Trying to think. Think. Ooh. So you guys don't have any particular I like you have no ideas like of animals you'd like to particularly see in games?
Ah,
Our main concern would be those monkey
yeah,
Sure. The monkey boys.
yeah.
boys.
Because, I mean, it's, like, we've got lots and lots, but, like, there's just so much where it's like, oh, well, what about this little thing? I don't know. I haven't thought of that yet.
Mm-hmm.
Um, what about what about, like, domesticated animal number 962? I honestly haven't thought that far ahead.
True. Very fair. Very, very fair. Um um that's very fair, very true.
But the monkeys are like a need.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Needs some more humanoid-esque things to beat up.
Yeah, unless you want to like kill Hydra cats all day.
I mean, hey,
Totally.
some people hate cats enough to want to do it. Uh,
I'm sure, like with any domestic breed of cat, like they probably come in multiple different shades, colors, and stuff like that.
oh,
Um,
absolutely.
uh, they probably like you if you also check out geckos, like even within the same uh type,
Mhm.
there is a lot of variation. Yep, she makes noises. She probably wants in the bedroom now. All right, one moment. I'll be right back.
Mm-hmm. Ugh. So then, what are you most excited for names?
Playing it.
I mean, you say that now.
Yeah. Speaking of, I finally finished up the character
Creation
power.
system?
Yeah, that you gave me a while back. So they can actually
Alright,
have some stats in it.
awesome.
And everything else we're just basing on Fallout. Like poison rank 1, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
So if you need a reference on why something just says poison rank 1.
Yeah. I know some of the things are gonna be like placeholder names and that. Alright, great. I mean, if you're pretty much done with that, then yeah, post it in the staff chat. We'll look through it, and I guess we'll uh once all of us have had a chance to kind of look through it and kind of nitpick it, we can start throwing it at people to playtest. Um, including our patrons who have playtesting rights. Or not our patrons. Well, yes, our patrons, but also our Indiegogo supporters. Um, so yeah, fucking awesome.
Nita.
Yee. Neato indeedo. Mm.
Yeah, I also updated the character sheets because obviously,
Mm-hmm. That makes sense. I'm so and I know we have like one or two blank character sheets too, so yeah, I'll look through it. I know tomorrow I've got a bunch of paperwork I need to finish up, and then I'll look through that and give you my input on it. But that's fucking exciting. Um, actually, if we're gonna talk like updates and stuff, how goes Emergence?
no progress.
Okay, been working on names. Got it. Though I'm not gonna lie, like progress on
Not,
the NPC books been super slow too.
not that I wouldn't work on it. However, I feel having a creation test for these people who said they want to join a playtest server would probably be good.
I agree. I'm
Especially
definitely
if they get them $200. Or,
yeah,
well, whatever
100
they paid.
or
80, I
50,
think was the minimum.
80. Well, 30 is technically the minimum. If they're going full digital. But yeah, no, I hear you. I hear you for show. Ugh. Though, funny enough, I'm actually really surprised at how like fast the high tiers are selling. We've sold quite a few.
When you got your OCs that can be put into a book.
That is true.
Yep. My miraculous creature ID. I'm so excited to have it in there.
Yeah, I think you got like free.
For the venture, yeah, for the veteran adventure, it's 3. We've got like 6 of the paladin adventurer, which is kind of mind-boggling. And then we sold out of the dame tier. Um, so like I'm certainly kind of surprised. Uh, in
Ooh.
terms of total raised, yeah, it's like the dame and the paladin adventurer. Um, followed by the veteran adventurer, and then just people wanting a physical core rulebook's the next one. In terms of most sold though, is the digital copy. At a stellar 16.
Woo.
Woo indeed.
We had a couple people that just gave us $1, which is nice.
Pardon?
So we had a couple people that just gave us $1, which is nice.
Yeah. Yeah, we had a couple people who gave us $1, and we've also had a handful of donations. Which is also nice.
Also, I checked the metrics on what we get in our ads from. I got one from DeviantArt. Yes.
Nice. Actually, speaking of, how is that video doing?
Oh no. Oh.
Oh
I never
no.
crashed.
Pardon?
Let's see. Let's see how far back I am.
Oh, did it crash?
It crashed.
Oh no.
At least it does some recovery stuff, which is always good. Do. Okay. All right. Let me share screens again. Luckily, not that far back.
Oh, that's good.
Popping it back on. All right.
Hey, woo. Oh wow, that actually isn't too bad.
Not the worst.
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie, they look like little fox things, even though there isn't really any fox in them.
Nope. Then again, cats and foxes, they're pretty darn similar.
That's true. I mean, foxes are just dog software on cat hardware.
Yep, basically. Oh no, is it doing the thing where the... Oh no, okay, good. I was about to worry, like, oh no, is it doing the thing in which sometimes when Kitra has some issues, it likes to think that the world is ending in a sort of way and just, pretend that my pen doesn't have any weight to it,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm just using like your regular typical mouse.
Yeah. Um.
Ooh,
Photoshop
why
was
is
kind of
this?
like that.
Yeah, I'm gonna save this legitimate and you know.
Might actually be a good time
Might
to
be a
just kind
sign
of,
we need to stopping today.
yeah.
Yeah.
In that case, I guess we might as well put her there.
Yeah.
So we're wanting to do this again Tuesday, which is c'est quoi la date là? C'est aujourd'hui c'est le 13, 14, 15, 16, la 17. Non, 17 c'est lundi. Alors, Tuesday the 18th. What time are we wanting to do this? Are you available again at 6 then? Or later?
I am not. I'll be later.
Okay. Do you know when you'll be?
Most likely 9.
9? Alright,
So,
so we'll do
start
this.
before me.
I mean, we can start this at 6 or we can start this at 9. Because we're ending before 9 tonight, so we might as well start at 9.
Mhm.
Um,
That sounds all good to me.
Sounds good to me as well. Alright, in that case, thank you everyone for joining us. It was
Thank
a
you.
lot of fun with a lot of just kind of aimless rambling, but that's kind of what we're all about.
Exactly.
Like
Aimless
a boss.
rambling, the best kind of rambling.
I mean, who doesn't want to ramble?
Exactly.
Um, so yeah, with that, we will end it there. Um, Good night, and we'll see you Tuesday at 9 p.m.
Yeah, see you guys.
See ya.
Excited to have you back.
I just ended it.